Hi, everyone. This is Coach Stephanie Wood, and I'm with my favorite colleague, Kellee, Kellee, Ratzlaff. Did I say that right?
You did
Ratzlaff?
indeed.
Ratzlaff. And we're here today on my podcast, Tap Into Your Body Confidence, where entrepreneurs unite to showcase their talents to the world. And before we get into our topic, Kellee, please tell people what you're up to and how they can connect with you.
I am available through my website, adore.com. Adore is spelled Awedore. It is a play on words, and that was very intentional on my part because I do adore working with my wonderful clients, and I am in awe of the creative and intuitive process. I am a brand doula, a graphic designer, and an authenticity coach for small businesses.
And again, how can they connect with you?
And they can find me through my website on adore.com, AWEDORE.com. Thank
Beautiful.
you.
And you can find me, Kellee, and our audience at Body Awe, BODYAWE, like an awesome.com. Me and Kellee have that in common. And and Kellee knows that I really enjoy coaching women entrepreneurs to integrate better business skills into their business. And most importantly, to tap into their confidence skills so that they can feel confident with their bodies, their intellect, and their talents going out into the world. And I do that with my body knowledge system and also with my years of experience creating and owning and managing several profitable businesses. So earlier this week, Kellee and I were talking, and she brought up the word balance. And for some reason, when somebody says you have to have a balance between work, your relationships, this and that, Kellee, I need for you to help me reframe that word because that word to me is negative. Oh, yeah. I said it out loud. All right.
Do you think that that feels negative to you because you automatically go to a place of judging or searching for areas in your life where you don't feel like you are in a state of balance?
Oh, most definitely. Thank you.
I have found that I see balance as a pendulum swing more. So I'm looking to stay in that center point field as much as possible, and not swing from one extreme to the other. And so I definitely see a balance point as being more of a pendulum where you're grounded in the center point to the best of your ability and not allowing one direction or the other to really take you, out of your stride.
So is it more like I mean, I come from a musical background. Is it like a metronome?
Yeah, you could
Playing
absolutely
music?
see it as a metronome. Yeah, but I think that pendulum swing has helped me to identify areas where um, I was seeing it a little bit more in a black or white, like it was this or that instead of this and that.
This
I can be
and
a
that.
busy, I can be a busy entrepreneur and I can still own my self-care practices, right? And that's what balance would look like is honoring both aspects of your needs to build a business and to make sure you're including yourself in that equation.
Okay, I'm going to put you on the spot again, Coach Kellee. Can you give us a more specific example?
Okay, an example for me is I've been setting fewer client meetings on a weekly basis to allow me more time in my office to get the other duties done and design time and work on branding and those types of projects. I am a borderline extrovert and I really love engaging with other people. So it's easy for me to want to book meetings because we get a lot of beautiful things done in a very short period of time. But then my other jobs aren't getting accomplished at the same time. So giving myself the opportunity to say I'm going to book, a couple days a week of meetings and a couple days a week for office time, And that allows me to take river walks with my dog, have lunch with my hubby, like actually include life in the equation and not just see one path or another, really bridge those to the best of my ability. And some weeks are absolutely easier than others.
Some days are easier than others. So,
Mm-hmm.
but I really heard from what you said is to be cognizant of a schedule that you own. It's your schedule. Nobody's telling you from above or below what to do. So I think that's important because I have a written day timer. And it's very nice for me to look every morning what I have in the morning, afternoon, evening. And pretty much, Kellee, when you look at your schedule, do you kind of like dissect it a little bit to see, well, maybe that's a little too much, or can I reorient that client to maybe Wednesday, not today? Or does that go through your head?
Absolutely. And for me, a big key is leaning into divine timing with all things. So my ego wants everything done yesterday and to knock out the to-do list, right?
Can we send her on vacation, please?
So finding that if I just allow and not try to control in the way that I tend to want to, my type A personality, that things will organically just kind of move in the way they need to. Clients will get the support they need at the right time. The right conversation will be had at the right time. Just these beautiful synchronicities get to be invited in more frequently when
I
we're
love
not
what I
trying
have
to.
to interrupt you because I'm getting excited. For our audience, not to think of that as a woo-woo thing. Like for instance, this morning, I felt a little tight with the schedule. I needed a little me time. Guess what? She emailed me and said, nah, I don't want to do it today. Let's do it later.
Mhm. Oh
Like
yeah,
you
that
said,
happens to
it's
me all the time.
synchronicity. I would have been there for her as we had scheduled, but can we talk to that for a moment? Is it that you talk about intuitiveness a lot and synchronicity. Is it that we allow it by just putting it out there without wanting to know the end result? What do we do?
I think that we visualize an end result like a desire that our heart wants to express, but that we don't just determine that we have to map out all the steps to get there.
But the ego, she came back from vacation and
Mhm.
wants us to map everything out. Doesn't she?
That
Which is okay.
that's a self-defense mechanism though.
Oh,
That's a desire to
really?
want to
Say more.
control instead of co-create.
Control. Gotta write that down.
Yeah.
Everybody write that down.
And we all have that instinct. We've been taught by our parents and our authority figures and our social conditioning that we are supposed to control everything in order to feel safe. Well, what we find is that just keeps us in a chronic state of feeling unsafe because there's no possible way to control the entire external world, right? As individuals. And so the goal would be to actually give ourselves that inside tool set, that those inside jobs to give ourselves the ability to recognize and sense self-trust and build that confidence with ourselves. And then that opens up to more synchronicity. And that automatically creates more balance. Because, like you said, if you're overbooked, clients will move around, something else will arrange. And when you were really clear with our clients about, look, I want you to be honest and upfront with me. I want you to be fully expressed. You need to know this is a safe space. Once they can feel that authenticity and how they are showing up, they can be more honest about where they're at. I'm not actually ready for this meeting this week. I'm going to need another week or two to prepare. Life happens. And really, I think that, yeah, balance is an innate process that comes into our world more as we allow more of our inner journey to open up instead of the external to demand its requirements from us, for lack of better words there.
Kellee, I know that took a lot of breath, but you have a lot of energy in you to release it and share it. And I think you just said it all for today's show. And before we leave, Kellee, tell us how to connect with you, please.
Oh, thank you. Thanks again so much for having me today, Stephanie. My name is Kellee Ratzlaff. I'm a brand doula and a designer and a small business coach, and I can be found at adore.com, AWEDORE.com. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
And you can find me at bodyawe, BODYAWE.com. There's a lot of goodies there for you. And Kellee, we will meet again, and I will see you soon. Thank
I
you
look
so
forward
much.
to it. Thank you.